I am about to completely blow your mind when it comes to trusting the process while manifesting your desires. If you're feeling bored and like you want to quit, or burnt out, or like you've been doing this for so long and nothing has happened, I've been there before, and over the next few minutes, I'm going to give you some thoughts and insights that are going to completely change the game for you and revitalize manifestation as a whole. By the end of this video, you're going to be ready to go out there, kill it, and manifest not only what you desire, but also anything else going forward past that point. But first, to those of you who are new here, hi, my name is Matthew, and I am a manifestation coach. I have helped many people get past what is stopping them from getting their desires, and then help them get their desires also. So if you would like some help getting your desires, check down below in the comment section or the description. There you'll find the links to my website. If you don't want to work with me one-to-one, but you would like some additional help from me, I do have a membership that's only £6 per month, and on that membership you'll get tons of exclusive videos, free worksheets, free planners, routines, and all of that for, like I said, no more than £6 per month. So I would highly recommend you go check that out. I'd absolutely love it if you could subscribe to the channel, and when you do, be sure to click that bell icon so you don't miss any future videos that could potentially change your life. You guys also killed it on the like goal in the last video, which means the competition is now open. There are 3 prizes, 1 free call for 3 different winners, but this time I want you to help me come up with a competition for you guys to win it. You unlocked it with the like goal, now it's time for the competition. But I always do the same sort of competition just because I'm not too sure what else to do, so I'd absolutely love it if you could comment below some ideas on what I could do for the competition so you guys could win those prizes. Open to anything, doesn't matter how silly it may be, how difficult it may be, I'd just love to hear your suggestions. With all of that lovely information out the way, let's get into this video. Trusting the manifestation process is something that we all do right now. We all trust that manifestation works. We all trust that LOA can help us get our desires. However, when it comes to trusting the process during our own manifestations, that's when people can falter a little bit. That's where the trust can dip a little bit, or the fear of failure can overtake that trust. And that's where people start to get involved in their manifestation and start trying to micromanage and put all the pieces together. This is literally the last thing that you want to do. Be specific with your desire, yes. Micromanaging your desire, no. Now, the reason why this is the case is because when you get in the way and start consciously trying to put the pieces together, you block something called flow state. You block this thing that basically allows things to flow, the natural flow of nature, and your manifestation to come into fruition. For example, it's like having a river that flows nicely and then putting a dam right in the middle of it. That is basically what happens when you get in the way of your manifestation and stop trusting that it's going to work out regardless of what you are seeing. A couple of examples in the 3D of this, just to give you some sort of visual representations along with the dam. Gamers. Any of you out there who are gamers, you may have been relaxed, sort of sitting back playing, getting your ass kicked, and then you lean forward. You do what we do call the gamer pose. We all know it's the gamer pose, but how much does it actually work? It doesn't. Let's be real. We all end up just getting battered even more whatever game we're playing. Reason being, by trying to consciously be better at something, you get in the way of that flow state and you end up being worse. It's a stupid contradiction, but you've all experienced it. Or people who drive. How many times have you thought, I'm going to consciously drive better, and end up being all over the place? But when you just sort of phase out and then drive for 20 minutes without even realizing that you're driving, you seem to get wherever it is that you want to be perfectly safe. The reason being, this is all flow state. This is all you just going with the flow and letting things play out as they will. Now, I understand that that statement, excuse me, might sound almost contradictory to the idea of conscious manifestation. If we consciously affirm, if we consciously visualize, then surely we're getting in the way of that flow state. Good question, person that didn't ask. It's not quite the case. Now, the reason being is consciously directing your thoughts towards the right place and coming from the end result and operating as though you are your desired version is creating a new flow state based on that. However, when you operate as you trying to change what you are experiencing to manifest that, that's when that flow state can be interrupted, because you're not operating from a state of naturalness and flowness like you do when you say your affirmations while in a good mood, or when you really enjoy that visualization, or when you just think about your life as if it was the way that you wanted it to be. That's flow, that's natural, that's coming from a positive place. But when you're seeing no movement in a 3D, or when you've had something come up that has triggered you and you sit there and you're like, I got to affirm, I got to make this change, I got to make this change. That's when you're getting in the way of that flow state. That's when you're jumping in the way and saying, this isn't working, let me do something different. And that's when it can become a problem, because that's when it's like putting the dam in front of your river to try to make it flow faster. Now, I do have like a little mini exercise, not really an exercise, just like a kind of an anecdotal thing that I think is really cool that I wanted to share with you today. So right now, before I share with it, I want you to comment this. Would you rather, comment your answer to this. Would you rather £2 million, dollars, euros, whatever currency you use, right this second, or a penny doubled every day for the next 30 days? I'll give you a couple of seconds. I'm going to do a little boogie while you comment. Hopefully you've commented before, and if you've heard this before, then don't, ruin it for everyone else. But let's see what you got. So for those of you who commented a penny every day doubled for the next 30 days, let's see what you got. So after 5 days, you would have had 16p, okay? After 10 days, I'm using my phone, by the way, my old spare phone, which is why it's all battered. After 10 days, £5, 12p, or $5, €5, whatever currency you're thinking. After 15 days, £163. So we are halfway through the 30 days and we've only made £163. Now, obviously remember I said it was either 2 million or a penny doubled every single day. And halfway through the exercise, we're only at £163. Now, I can see when you change your comment because it says edited. So if I see any edited on this, I'm mad at you. But after 20 days, you're at £5,242. So we are 2/3 of the way through this exercise, and we're not even remotely close. We're not even remotely close to what the 2 million would have been, and we've only got 10 days left. Let's go with 22 days. 20,971. So we are 1/5 of the way to 1/10. Oh no, sorry, 1/5 of the way to 1/20th of the answer of £2 million. Seeing where I'm going with this? Day 25, 167,000. Still not really enough. But this is where it gets really interesting. Day 28, 1,342,177. So we have 2 days left, and we're at 1,342,000. Now, 30 days, 5,368,709. So for those of you who may have clicked the £2 million, you would have actually lost out on 3.3 million pounds by picking that option. For those of you who picked a penny doubled every single day, but then decided that maybe you would pick the wrong option because by day 20 it was only at 5,000, this is exactly what I mean. Now, when I first heard this exercise, I also picked the penny doubled every day because I thought this sounds like a trick question. But when it got to that 20 day, I was like, I've picked the wrong answer. It was a trick question, but it was a trick question to make people pick the penny because it sounds like a trick question. And I changed my answer. And then I continued to watch, and boom, I lost out on £3.3 million. Now, why is this important? Because I understand that maybe that just seems like a completely irrelevant thing. This is what people do with their manifestation. So many people will pick the penny, in this case your manifestation. They'll do all the amazing work, i.e. you'll wait the days for the pennies to rack. But you'll get to day 20 and you'll realise, I've had no movement. I've had no luck. I'm not saying day 20 as in like your day 20, but like in terms of the penny, like the levels. You'll get to day 20 and you'll be like, I've had no movement, or I've had little movement, or I feel bored or burnt out. I'm going to jump ship. I'm going to complain, I'm going to give up, I'm going to do something that doesn't benefit me, I'm going to put dams in the way of my river. Instead of trusting the process and allowing those pennies to double for the next 10 days, therefore equating to 3.3 million more than what you would picked if you'd gone for the other option. This is what so many people do when it comes to manifestation, and this is why so many people have this problem with getting everything that they want. When it comes to manifestation, the best thing that you can do for yourself is to put out your desire, as in by put out, I mean like put out like the affirmations, the visualizations. Do the work to feed yourself a new story, and then feed your subconscious mind this story consistently without getting in its way. Without, where is it? Why is it not here? It's been this long and I still haven't had anything, and getting in its way. Because all that does is it blocks the flow. A silly example, when you're in a restaurant, you don't go into the back of the kitchen and go, "Are you frying my eggs yet?" You give your order to the waiter or waitress goes to the chef cooks it, brings it back, you enjoy it. You don't go, well, sometimes you do if you're having a particularly long service, but it's not often that you sit there and go, "Why is it not here yet? That's not cooked perfectly fine. Oh, you might want to flip that burger." You don't do that to a chef. So why do you do it to your own subconscious mind? And that is exactly what is ruining your manifestations. That is exactly what is taking long for your manifestation to come in, because you're not just sitting back and relaxing. Now, a thing that a lot of people do is they try to make their manifestation come as faster as a result of this. They get to the 20 days, they're like, "Oh shit, I've picked the wrong option. Let me try and make it faster because it's just not happening yet. I clearly must be doing something wrong." And all that then does is feed this incorrect story to your subconscious mind of, "We don't have it yet, and I don't trust you to make it happen." If you don't trust something to make it happen, it's not going to want to make it happen. And think of anybody that you come to. If you just go up to randomly and go, "I don't trust you," they're not exactly going to be your best friend, are they? Now, I understand that your subconscious mind can't really make that decision, but if you can't trust it enough to let it do its thing, it's not going to have the space to allow itself to do its thing. So instead of trying to make things come faster, instead of trying to make your desire or signs or movement happen now, instead try to experience that time better. What I mean by that is, instead of looking at your phone every 10 minutes to see if you've received a message, put it down and go and enjoy your day. You've probably had this example, because I've had it plenty of times, where you've been waiting for a text all day, doesn't happen, and then not until you get in the shower, you put your phone down, you get out of the shower and it's there. Or you've been wanting to manifest money or something and you've been stressing about where it's going to come from, and it isn't until you go, "Guess I'm paying the bill," that the money comes in. Why is this the case? You have removed your conscious restrictions and allowed it to flow. That then flows, makes the desire happen. So instead of trying to control your desire to make it happen faster, instead see what you can do to experience time better. Time flies when we're having fun. A watched pot never boils. As boring as watching paint dry. Those are all statements that basically say, when you stand still, so does time. When you're on the move, so is time. So what does this mean for you? This means do your conscious techniques, do your affirmations when you enjoy them, do them from a state of abundance and joy and happiness. Feel into that visualization. Love every second of it. But once you're done, enjoy your day. Enjoy this present moment. Meditate. Bring yourself back to it. Hang out with friends. Go play football. Go play games. Watch films that you enjoy. And enjoy the moments. Allow time to move faster because you're having fun, which makes time move faster. What this will do is it will open up that flow state and it will allow things to happen. For those of you who are members, I posted, or aren't members, and I recommend you become members so you can see the video. I posted a video last week about how I manifested text basically every single time when I was at the beginning of my journey. And in that process became the idea of stepping away from my desire until I had a need to check it. I'm not giving away too much because it's not fair for the people that were members that paid to see the video, but in that video, and I highly recommend you sign up to membership so you can watch it, I talk about how I would do my techniques and then I would remove myself entirely in order to make things work better for me. And the reason why this worked better is because it opens up that flow state. I'm no longer constricting. I'm no longer making my subconscious mind make it happen. I'm giving it the recipe and letting it cook it up in its own way, in its own time, and it comes out better than you could have imagined. So allow it to happen. Allow your subconscious mind to do its work. Whenever you feel like you're overstepping, remind yourself, is this going to benefit me? Is constricting my manifestation actually the best thing for me to do? Have I ever had success by peeking under every single rock to see where it's coming? Have I ever had genuine and enjoyable success by questioning every moment? Or were my best successes, whether it's manifestation or anything else in life, did it come when I relaxed? When I decided to play that game for fun instead of to try to win? Or when I was driving and I just enjoyed the music, I enjoyed the scenery? Or when I'm spending time with my family, when I just spent time with them instead of going on my phone? When did things feel best for you? When did things work out best for you? It all, 99% of the time, would have been when you were flowing. Another example, just so you can see where I'm at with this. When someone says, oh, you know that actor from that film, and then you're like trying to think about it, and you're like, yeah, no, I know, you know, the bald one, he's in that other film with that other guy. Can't for the life of you think about it. When does it come to mind? When you relax and you forget about it, because you've allowed it to flow. If you've ever been in an exam room, you're trying to rack your brain for what, like, 10 times pi is, and you just can't think of it, and you're like, what's pi? It's like 3.142, and it's like, is it though, or is it something else? And you're trying to think. As soon as you step out that exam hall, all the answers come flooding in. Why? Flow state. If you just relaxed, if you had sat there quiet for a few seconds and just let your mind empty, guarantee that those answers would have flooded in because you weren't trying to force them in. That's the difference. If you want to manifest effortlessly like me, like other people that you watch on here, hell, like the law of attraction community. I know I talk a lot about how a law of assumption is superior because it's based on you, everything happens through you and not to you. But law of attraction community, they seem so happy. The people that make the videos in law of attraction, they seem so happy. You have to agree. Like, law of assumption is very like, yeah, you know, you can have it. You just need to affirm. You just got to assume it to be true. Law of attraction, like, today we're going to be up here and it's all going to be lovely. That's not a piss take. I'm not taking the piss out of them. I'm genuinely envious of how happy they are. But they're always in a flow state. They're always talking about set it out to the universe and let it happen. So law of assumption, if you do the same thing, if you assume it to be true, assume it to be your being, and then just let it happen, you will have far more success than you currently do. But yeah, I really hope you've enjoyed this video. I really hope it helps. I hope you like the little exercisey kind of thing, the little outside influence inward sort of stuff. Let me know if you did. Let me know if you got the answer right or wrong. The competition, I forgot to mention in my intro. I think I forgot to mention in my intro. I can't remember. It's been probably about an hour's worth of recording because I've fucked this video up so many times. But comment down below some suggestions for what to do for the competition. You guys smashed the like goal, therefore opening up the competition, but I would love to hear your suggestions going forward for what I could do for the competition. So comment anything you like down below as you know, it doesn't matter how easy it is, how hard, whatever. Just comment some ideas on what I could do for the competition, and I'll keep an open mind for them. But thank you very much everyone for watching today's video. Really hope it was a great one, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye bye.